What's up, everybody? So, today's video. Look, I'm going to analyze Jalen Hurts' play versus the Dallas Cowboys. I'm going to stick to either the first drive of the game or the first half. It's going to depend on how much time it looks like it's taking me to explain things, because obviously I'm not going to put forth a 30-minute video to kill you guys. But there's a lot of mitigating circumstances, so stick with me. I'm going to break down some of what's going on. But the one thing I can tell you for sure, just a quick takeaway you'll know from 5 seconds of talking to me today, guys, is that the right side of the offensive line has got to be better, guys. It's not good enough. What's up, Eagles Nation? What's going on, NFL world? How you doing, division rivals? This is Steven Hyder with Gate City Sports Channel, the sports channel where the cerebral NFL fan comes for about 10 minutes of daily content. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, whenever it is you get around to watching this. Once again, guys, my name is Steven Hyder, and this is Gate City Sports Channel. All right, y'all. Today's topic, we're going to break down Jalen Hurts' play. Look, I try to give every person consideration of the circumstances that surround him. I did it with Carson Wentz. I broke down when I thought he was fundamentally flawed, right? When he was pigeon-toeing, when he was overstriding, when he was getting at weight distribution off between the front and the back foot. I mean, I called him out on stuff like that, but I also pointed out there's a lot going on behind the scenes. Same thing is true here with Jalen Hurts, guys. He's a rookie quarterback, and yes, you're going to see some things that are fundamentally on him, okay? I will tell you, in this game in particular, what I saw that is a bit of a, concern. I'm not gravely concerned about it because he's a rookie, but he was very indecisive, and he did not look like he was prepared to throw into NFL-level windows. That concerns me a little bit, but he is a rookie only in his third start, so, I mean, come on. With that said, guys, I thought, believe it or not, the first half, please understand, we're talking about separate issues. In the first half, I thought Doug coached his A-R-S-E off. Old English is arse off, okay? I don't think that situationally that continued into the second half of the game, but these are going to be separate videos we're going to have to break down. I mean, we have the whole offseason to get to some of this stuff, guys. But I will tell you, I thought Doug did scheme things open in the first half, and I don't think it's any coincidence. We put up 17 points, consistently moved the ball, and probably had a lot more opportunities to put points on the board in the first half because of how well Doug's game plan worked. He did a really good job in the first half. I just don't think it lived up in the second half. All right, guys. Outside of that, like I said, guys, we are really missing Brandon Brooks. We are really missing Lane Johnson on the right side. Even Jack Driscoll, you can notice there's going to be a big difference from the Arizona game to this game, because Matt Pryor and Nate Herbig just was not a good game for them. This would not be film if I was them that I wanted to circulate around the NFL, because, to be quite honest, Doug had to give them quite a bit of help. There were a lot of 2 tight end sets, a lot of 12-man personnel being played to where they were lending help. A lot of max protection, even keeping guys like Greg Ward Jr. in to block and to assist. So, the offensive line, guys, like I said, we can look at Carson. We can look at Jalen Hurts. We can look at Doug Peterson. All those guys, at times, some of the struggles the receivers had definitely early in the season, I think, is really ironed out. I thought the receivers had an incredibly good game this game. But with that said, the one consistency that I see, the one thing, if you said you could only fix one of these aspects, and the rest you just have to kind of live with it in small increments change. The big thing I would change is the offensive line play, because I think that's the premise of where it all starts, guys, with this Philadelphia Eagles 2020 team. All right, y'all. Let's get it. All right, guys, so first play of the game. Eagles come out in 12-man personnel. This is a little unique college wrinkle here. You got to give Doug credit, man. This is creative. This is the pistol formation. For you guys that may not be familiar with it, I know a lot of you guys are going to know what this is, but it's basically when the running back is directly behind your quarterback, okay? You can see they have Dallas Goedert in the wing. You got both receivers kind of in the wing, Goddard and Ertz. You're in 12-man personnel. Jalen Reagor is your X receiver. And then down at the bottom of your screen, your flanker, your Z receiver is Deshaun Jackson. In return, what you get here from the Dallas Cowboys is just a little cover 3, a little single high safety look. here's what you got to watch. To begin with, they're going to do a little wrinkle here. They're going to add a little play action to this, right? And they're also going to start off with a little bit of motion here. So they're going to motion Goddard. All right, we can see Goddard kind of does a little return action here. What I love about this is the way that they're trying to sell the actual play fake, right? I mean, you can tell Dallas is in a cover three. They're expecting run. They got Howard in the game, not Sanders, right? You got this formation to where where it looks like you're going to do like a heavy power run, and they're selling a play action. This was a really good wrinkle, really good design. What ends up happening, though, is Rager just absolutely beats Diggs on this. Diggs even gets caught with a hold here because Rager just absolutely gets separation from him. What ends up happening, though, is that elongated motion comes back to kind of haunt Hurts on this play. I warned you guys that Hurts in his college career had a very elongated throwing motion. We can kind of see that take fruition here. Then he gets a little heavy on that front foot there. That causes the ball to kind of go into the ground. Incompletion, which it stinks. Great play design. There was a big opportunity here that got missed, but he's a rookie quarterback. These things are going to happen. This is the fifth play of the game. It's a 1st and 10 on the Dallas 40-yard line. There's 13-16 left in the game, left in the first quarter. My bad, guys. Eagles come out. We're in a shotgun. Jalen Hurts is underneath the shotgun. It's 12-man personnel. Once again, 1 running back, 2 tight ends. This is a very cool wrinkle Doug draws up here because what he's doing is he's attacking this Dallas 3 deep that they're doing here. So they're in like a cover 3, kind of 3 deep system for underneath. They do work a little more man. You can see that nickel corner is going to try to follow Ertz down the field, and it doesn't work out very well for him. But I love the way Doug attacks this Dallas defense. So to begin with, he's got Ertz running a post. He's got Rager running basically a go route, and he's working like a deep in or a deep drag basically with Greg Ward Jr. They're going right after that safety, guys. And I'm going to be honest with you, all 3 levels win on this. All 3 levels win. To me, this is a fairly good example of Jalen Hurts being a little indecisive and a little hesitant to throw into NFL-level windows. In the NFL, the windows are tighter, and what may not have been open in college is wide open in the NFL, unfortunately. It's a rookie quarterback. These kind of things happen. Listen, at the end of the day, we struggled with both quarterbacks, whether it was Hurts or whether it was Carson Wentz, when we got inside of our opponent's 49-yard line all the way up to the red zone. Both of these guys, Hurts and Wentz were incredibly good in the red zone, but we definitely struggled between our opponent's 49 and the 20. That's where a lot of the struggles on this football team have occurred, actually. So picking up an 11-yard scramble, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to cry over burnt toast here. So, Eagles come out. This is the first and only play of the second drive of the game here. And what you're going to see is really simple, guys. 12-man personnel, okay? But, man, I love the wrinkles that Doug Peterson adds to this. So, of course, we have 2 tight ends, 1 running back on the field. You got Jalen Hurts is in the shotgun. You got that, Zach Ertz playing that kind of boundary side receiver role that he does in 12-man personnel. You got Greg Ward Jr. right beside him on the boundary side of the field as a Y tight end, a Y receiver, that slot receiver role. And then you got a wing in Dallas Goedert. On the opposite side of the field, on the field side of the field, you have Deshaun Jackson playing the role of the flanker, the Z receiver, okay? I love this because this is such a very well-designed play. This is just a one read, take the deep shot if it's there, if not, throw it away type thing. And boy, was it really well drawn up. So to begin with, we're going to help out Matt Pryor here. We're going to give a max protection here, okay? How they're going to max protect? Greg Ward Jr. and Dallas Goedert, they're not running routes. They're there to set up and protect, okay? In addition to that, man, I love this wrinkle. They're going to sell the play action they're going to do here by motioning and moving Isaac Seumalo as a pulling guard. It's really smart, and it just max protects the right side. And you almost have kind of like a sprint out, kind of like rollout boot, basically, with Jalen Hurts, which, coming off that play action, which is a really nice feature because you get him to the area where it's max protected. You're giving the play enough time to develop downfield. And Dallas just doesn't know even what hit him because they bite on the play action. D-Jax absolutely burns them. I mean, it was a phenomenal play design. It simplifies this offense for the quarterback. It's just a one read. You're not making him go through 2 or 3 read progressions. Like when Doug does this, he's on his game. after gaining a 14-3 lead in the first half. I will say Doug did come out on the third offensive series of the game, and he tried to run the ball. He went 3 straight times with runs. The right side of our offensive line absolutely failed us. Kelsey failed us on that third possession of the game, and we went 3 and out as a result of that. So this is our fourth drive at this point. It's the first play of the fourth drive. Okay, we're in the second quarter, guys. This is the Eagles coming out with Hurts under center, which is a nice little wrinkle here, in 12-man personnel. So this is what I love about this. This is a little playoff of an old Mike Shanahan-esque like swap boot. Think in the 90s with the Denver Broncos, guys. This is what it looks like to me. So what you have here is 2 wings and the tight ends in Goddard and Ertz. Ertz is going to be the guy who's going to come across the formation at the hike. Goddard's going to be there to kind of provide protection and blocking. All right, as we kind of go into that swap kind of boot motion here, to me, it kind of looks like a sail concept. Sometimes on the sail concept, that vertical route can have options built into it. And look, I'm speculating. I don't know that this is true. I'm just speculating over what I know about offenses. For some weird reason, to me, it looks like Djax decides to sit this one down instead of either optioning it into like, maybe a post route or a skinny post or into just a vertical go route. Sometimes receivers do have that luxury of doing that. I don't know why he made the decision he made. It was absolutely the wrong decision, guys. 1,000,000,000%. Because all it did was just bunch everyone together. But this is what should be noted. This is a tough play for Jalen Hurts, guys. Don't dog him on this one because this is a really tough play because he gets tripped up at the hike with, Ertz kind of in that motioning kind of going on there. They're building into play action. I love the design. You could tell this wasn't practiced often by the offense. Where you can get him at is here. It's on the actual like sail route itself. The sail route is that big drag that comes across. Greg Ward Jr., he has NFL level separation here. But look, he's on the run moving. It's a difficult throw to make, but yes, NFL level quarterbacks have to make this throw. There's no doubt about it. This is a little example of that hesitation kind of with him to where he's struggling to fit balls into NFL level windows. But he's a rook, guys. He's just a rook. I just want to point a very obvious point out here real quick. Is it me or has everyone else noticed that every creative play that Doug has designed from this game came out of 12-man personnel? I think that says something. I don't want to articulate what I think it says yet because I don't think I fully have it formed in my head, but obviously Doug loves his 12-man personnel. Once again, pistol formation, nice little wrinkle, 12-man personnel. Here's the deal. Dallas comes out this time. They start making adjustments where they start to play a little more cover 2. This is a Tampa 2, basically, guys. So I'll show you on the screen what a Tampa 2 looks like. This time what we're going to do is, to begin with, we're going to check to see if they're playing like a man under on this or what's going on. So we're going to move Rager across. We're going to motion him all the way across, okay? So as we motion Rager on a fly motion all the way across the formation, we're going to have Rager basically in that slot roll. And then if you look over to the bottom side of your screen here on the field side, you're going to see that you have Travis Fulgham down there. This is all meant to make a very easy read for Jalen Rager to get the ball into Fulgham. And I got to tell you, man, Jalen Hurts to get the ball into Fulgham. Let me say that correctly. Jalen Rager did a really, really good job here of completely taking the Dallas coverage with him. I mean, he completely took the entire freaking secondary with him on his route. It was beautifully drawn up by Doug, beautifully executed by Rager and by Fulgham. But let me play it out for you guys. Okay, so here's how it's going to work. Rager's going to run just basically like a little go / like seam route here. And then working behind that because, Dallas falls into a cover 2. So obviously all those 3 deep, players are going to take the Rager route there. They're going to work in behind that Travis Fulgham. So Fulgham's going to work right in underneath of that Rager route. It's going to be wide open for Jalen Hurts. And this is just a really, really easy pitch and catch from quarterback over to receiver. Love the play design. Love what you can see here from Rager. There's a lot of guys with a lot of bad takes on Rager, to be honest, guys. And I love the execution here. Like, I would love to see more Fulgham and Rager playing together. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So this is the now 5th drive of the first, half of the football game here. And Eagles come out, no surprise once again, guys, 12-man personnel. But look, I got to give Doug credit for the first half, man, because the wrinkles were very subtle wrinkles, but they were very impactful things that he schemed up together. So on this one, if you look at your wing players, both of your wings, they're running crossers, right? So you got one of your running backs and you got Dallas Goedert, who are like kind of both in a wing position almost. They're going to basically run a crosser. All right, if you go down and you look at Zach Ertz is going to run like a deep in route. If you look at the bottom of your screen and you look at Greg Ward Jr., he's going to run, looks like to me to be a corner route. It could be an out route, but just given the way he tried to sell it by going inside and double moving his way back to get leverage, looks like a corner route to me. And then you have the target of this, which is Jalen Reagor, who's going to run like a skinny post / post route. I'm going to be honest with you. Reagor wins. Reagor wins on this route quite easily. This is a tough one just because Jalen Hurts, he has this weird thing where his fundamentals get out of control, guys, to where when he's going for deeper targets, he gets more of this wind-up stance, this elongated motion, and he'll release the ball a little high. And when he does that, he'll sail the ball just like on this occasion here. I'm not going to chop Jalen Hurts up for this because let's be real. I watched very similar clips of Carson Wentz doing this with Zach Ertz too. This was here, though. This should have been a touchdown, guys. Jalen Reagor won the route. The ball needs to be where it needs to be on this route. It was a good design. It was a good wrinkle by Doug. It just, we didn't execute it, guys. My concluding thoughts are this, guys. Jalen Hurts very much looked like a rookie quarterback in this game. He struggled to throw into tight NFL-level windows. He showed some struggle with getting through 2 to 3 read progressions, although it's not like he couldn't do it at all. He just, the NFL's, it's tougher, man. Coverages are a lot tighter. It's a lot harder to throw into those windows. I will say that I thought Doug did a really good job in the first half of this game of scheming things. I thought the receivers throughout the game, especially Reagor, Fulgham, Greg Ward Jr. in particular, and Watkins, I thought did a really, really good job of winning battles out there. I mean, they were getting separation. That really has not been our problem in quite a few weeks. In terms of the overall feel for this game, look, man, I mean, I don't know what to say about this. I mean, that's why I keep trying to warn people, 4 games is not a big enough sample size to make a franchise-altering decision here. There's just no way of telling that. I will say this, that what this kid can do with his legs adds an element of the game that was lost with Wentz. Let's just be honest, it was. With that said, man, I don't think that he sees defenses the same way that Wentz does, and that's not saying much because Wentz saw a lot of defenses in terms of throwing picks this year. But, I mean, that hasn't been traditionally what Wentz was. I don't know what it means, man. I mean, we have to look at the contracts because, listen, we're in a cap crisis, and if you can find a team that's willing to take Wentz, it's a franchise-altering decision to make. If you trade Wentz and this dude turns into a Super Bowl winning quarterback, we'll never hear the end of it. But if you trade Wentz, you recuperate $24 million because there's an organization willing to bet on him, and then Jalen Hurts turns into one, it could be one of the greatest decisions ever made. There's no easy answer to this stuff, guys. I'm just going to be straightforward with you. There's not. Lot to come, guys. I have a lot more film breakdown. I have a lot more breakdown of the contracts. I'm going to break down Wentz's contract for you and make that sentence I just said make sense for you. So stay tuned, guys. All that stuff's coming up. Thank you so much for tuning in and watching today, guys. If you want to support the channel, easiest way to do that, guys, is to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you're not subscribed, and leave a comment down below. All right, y'all. Peace. I really do appreciate y'all tuning in, and I'll see you on the next video.